The bombing of Pan Am Flight 103, also known as the Lockerbie bombing, occurred on December 21st, 1988, when a small bomb hidden inside a suitcase exploded, becoming one of the largest and most complex in history, involving the interview of over 10,000 individuals in 16 different countries. The search for those responsible spanned the globe and involved numerous law enforcement agencies. Even to this day, the investigation continues as authorities seek to bring those responsible to justice and provide closure to the families of the victims.
So Tommy and I weren't able to go to New York to sit down with the victim's family.
But we had a resource in New York that was actually able to go out and get an in-person interview with the victim's family.
And this is what the family member had to say.
I want justice for my grandpa, and that's the reason I decided to hire a private investigator to look more into the suspects.
The investigation required an unprecedented cooperation of international resources. The explosion, which was at 30,000 feet, rained debris over 845 square miles, which created the largest ever crime scene. This resulted in the response of more than 5,000 responders, including some from the FBI and some Scottish authorities, combining through the countryside for clues. The responders recovered 319 tons of records and thousands of pieces of evidence that helped with the investigation of the case. After examining the crime scene, investigators traversed the globe, interviewing more than 10,000 individuals in 16 different countries. Hey, this is Johnny Jones with TTF News, and I'm currently on the case of the Pan Am 103 bombing. I'm about to talk to a forensic scientist who was on that case. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Miss McGee, and I will be going over the evidence and what we have concluded and how we found the suspects.
Tell us more about the bomb that went off in the Pan Am 103 and how you guys found it.
We were given many small fragments from the bomb to see if we can figure out what caused it. After conducting our research, we found a small piece of a circuit board tracking back to Libyan intent. This is where the fragment was in the circuit board. There were also two small twisted pieces of aluminum and fabric which we concluded were part of a horizontal strut from an LD3 luggage carrier numbered AVE 4041. The fragments further established that the bomb consisted of 350 to 450 grams Semitax H hidden in a black Toshiba radio cassette recorder and had been concealed in a brown suitcase. Finally, there was a small fragment from a shirt that we were able to trace back to Malta, which is a small island close to Libya.
Okay, so we're sitting down here waiting for a phone call from Jenna May, the private investigator that the victim's family recently hired to investigate the Pan Am bombing. Oh, here she is right now. Hello?
Hi, my name is Jenna Mays, and I am a private investigator who did the investigation of all four suspects individually. Muammar al-Gaddafi, the Libyan dictator, expressed gratitude to Massoud and his team for their role in the attack on the U.S., an act he had personally ordered. In 1994, Nelson Mandela made efforts to persuade Gaddafi to surrender the suspects. On October 20th, 2011, Gaddafi passed away under circumstances indicating assassination. Abdul Basit Ali Mohamed al-Magrai was found guilty of the bombing and received a 20-year prison sentence, which was later extended to 27 years. His conviction took place in 2001 in a special court in the Netherlands, presided over by 3 Scottish judges without a jury. In 2009, al-Magrai was diagnosed with terminal prostate cancer, leading to his release from a Scottish prison on compassionate grounds. He was permitted to return to Libya, where he passed away 3 years later. Lamine Khalifa Fhimah, the former station manager of the Libyan Arab Airlines at the Lucha Airport in Malta, was acquitted of all charges. His alibi, which placed him in Sweden at the time of the bombing, proved to be credible and led to his exoneration.
This is Tommy Johnson, and I'm here at the New York airport to go and interview the chief of security. Hi, it's good to finally meet you.
Me too.
Okay, so I'm Tommy Johnson, and I'm here with Casey Morris at the New York airport. So after the tragic events of the Pan Am bombing, how do you think airport security upgraded or got better?
Airports began using more automated access controls, alarms, and other mechanisms for entering restricted areas. They also began to do more thorough checks of individuals' bags, the airport, the aircrafts, and the person themselves. And when we looked more into the Pan Am bombing, we did realize that the owner of the suitcase that blew up was not on that flight, so now we do protocol to make sure that every individual is on the aircraft with their bags.
Okay, so we've been investigating the Pan Am bombing, and what we found was that there's actually new findings that have reopened the court case today.
And U.S. is willing to bring these private documents that are on file to the public eye.
With the help of Libya and other countries, they can keep continuing and bring justice to the victims of the Pan Am bombing.
The next court hearing will be about the suspect, and that will be in May 12th of 2025.